Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I'll be talking about the third eye, which is a term basically interchangeable with the pineal gland. The pineal gland is a small endocrine gland about the size of a grain of rice or the size of a grape if you stimulate it and grow it. It sits between the two halves of the thalamus and is part of the epithalamus. It produces melatonin, affecting modulation of sleep patterns and sleep patterns, seasonal and circadian rhythms. A dysfunctional pineal gland would lead to premature sexual development, and a pineal gland unexposed to light leads to no development of the pineal gland, that is, and its functions. The pituitary gland secretes hormones to help the pineal gland regulate sleep patterns. Nearly all vertebrates possess a pineal gland, with the exception of the alligator and some of the very most primitive vertebrate species like the hagfish or the lancelet. Unlike most of the brain, the pineal gland is not isolated from the body by the blood-brain barrier system and has profuse blood flow, second only to the kidney. The pineal gland receives a sympathetic innervation from the superior cervical ganglion, which is responsible for maintaining homeostasis and determining the use of energy throughout the body. The sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems are divisions of the autonomic nervous system, working to regulate the body's unconscious actions. The sympathetic nervous system's primary process is to stimulate fight-or-flight response, which is constantly active to maintain homeostasis. Parasympathetic, for the sake of comparison, would process rest and digest. It affects, the sympathetic nervous system's effects include pupil dilation, increased heart rate and force of contraction, dilated bronchioles via circulating adrenaline, sweat secretion, constricted gastrointestinal organs, blood vessels, and gastrointestinal movements. And the pituitary gland also regulates blood pressure, sexual maturity, uterine contractions, metabolism, and water balance, and pain relief. And all of these effects have a place in spiritual practice, which is what I'm calling meditation and yoga, and those that believe the third eye and have some other. Breath of fire, which is contracting the stomach, force air up so you don't have to breathe in air afterwards. This has the effect of decreasing blood pressure, contracts the digestive area with every intake of air, and exercises involving it intend to release stress and relax muscles, releasing adrenaline, dilating the bronchioles to allow for deeper breathing, etc. Breath of fire is also done in conjunction with abdominal exercises in order to strengthen our core and digestive system, but also to activate the pineal's response to pain and this fight or flight response. We can suffer through it, we can suffer through it, focusing only on our breathing, and give in and let the pineal work until the exercise is over. And then after this is done, most of the time in meditation, you'll focus on the third eye for a long period of time after working the digestive system. These exercises mimic and lead our bodies through a cycle of regulatory movements, and the point of this being done consciously is to develop a greater ability to control one's fight or flight response. When meditating, neural activity is seen as more widespread. The temporal, parietal areas surrounding the pineal are all lit up, as opposed to what's usually just a few areas of focus in the brain. So meditation is really good for you to regulate everything.
Yay, we're done.
That was a
Meanwhile,
so meditation's good to regulate everything.
she's in deep sleep.